first of all, it was a great experience. I really appreciate the Chick-fil-A. It's a first-class event. We are real pleased. I mean, we beat one of the better teams in the country. We faced some major adversity. Our team found a way to win. A couple things really stand out to me. That last drive, offensively, I think that we scored. We had a big 3rd down and 10 where Jarrett, hit Chandler Cox, and that was because we were stalled. I think two series before that. Our defense, I think they got inside the 10 or 15. I think 3 times, held them to 3 points. I thought that was huge. Probably 0 turnovers. As many young guys as touched the ball. Real impressed with that, and the fact that our defense forced 2 turnovers. Had some penalties that's really uncharacteristic. We got a lot of things we can correct, but I'm just proud of our team that the way that we won. And sometimes it's how you win a game that can help you later in the season. So real proud of our guys.
All right, we'll go ahead and open up for questions. Please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. Please wait for the microphone. And we'll start right here in the front row. Right here, please.
Coach, your offense, you guys had 5 chances in the red zone, converted on 4 of those opportunities, led by your quarterback there. What was your assessment of his overall game today?
Yeah, you talking about offensively? Yeah, I mean, I was pleased. We ran the football, I think, for 147. Threw for quite a few yards too against a very good defense. I mean, they were top 10 defense last year. I think they had 9 starters back, and they were as good as advertised.
All right, next question. All right, we'll go right here on the aisle, second row, please.
Gus, you guys weren't able to kind of put it in the end zone a couple times when you got into the red zone. What was Washington able to do on defense to stop you guys?
I think what they were able to do, they dropped 8, I believe, twice, and there wasn't a whole lot of seams right there. They just did a super job, and I thought Coach Lindsey made a super call, that very last drive when he ran the zone. I think it was like 3rd down and 7 or 3rd down and 8, and just ran the zone, a 5-man box, and I thought it was one of the better calls of the game.
Jarrett, for you, was it kind of some week 1 jitters, not being as crisp in the red zone, scoring touchdowns as you guys would like to be?
I think anytime you're playing a top 10 defense, week 1. I mean, I think you're definitely going to have some things. When you look at the film on Sunday, that you're definitely going to have to work on. But overall, I thought we played really, really well for week 1. Obviously, a lot of things to correct. But I really like where this football team's at, and I like where we're going.
All right, next question. We're going to go all the way in the back, right there on the back row, please.
Hey, Coach, I know one of the areas of concern for your team was the offensive line with the new guys in there. Could you kind of talk about how well they came together for you today?
I thought they did a good job. Their defensive line is extremely well coached. They're very, very talented. And so I thought overall, I mean, here's the deal. It was a great experience for that group, especially the new guys that are starting for really the first time. And against a defense like that, and it'd be a great experience. I think it really can help us, moving forward.
All right, front right here on the left.
Coach, of the questions you had coming into Game 1, what answers do you think you got from Game 1?
Yeah, I would say this. We've been talking about overcoming adversity. You look at last season, we didn't win hardly any, if any, close games. And we knew this was going to be a close game. We knew it would come down to the end. We were talking about that. And leaders like Darrell and Jarrett, they seized the moment. And even when it didn't look super at times, they just kept believing and just willed us to win and found a way to win.
All right, we're going to go all the way here in the back right corner.
Coach, what did you think about Whitlow's performance in the game?
Yeah. Well, Whitlow's done that in practice. It's just a matter of him. He runs hard, and I think he got that touchdown run. I think he ran over a safety. And then, of course, that last time we're in the Wildcat, and everybody in the building knows he's getting the ball. And 3rd down and 2 for the game, and, he got it. So I think that'll help him moving forward with his confidence.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Practice in an 8-day game is one thing, but Noah was out there with live bullets today. Without watching the film, general impressions about how he played?
Yeah, I mean, Noah's a great competitor. I think these two guys could tell you that. The moment's not too big for him. And, I thought he played extremely hard and did a good job. And I think it showed, they didn't kick it to him, in the kickoff returns. I think that shows a lot of respect.
Darrell, how do you feel your defense did today? It was 6 red zone chances, but they had 3 field goals, and you stopped them on the allowed 1. How do you feel overall the defense played today?
We got a lot of things to work on, but I feel like we did good, on the things that we talk about all the time, like red zone and 3rd down. Like you just mentioned, we did a pretty good job at stopping them in the red zone. So, that's just things that we continuously work on at practice, and, we take serious and try to make it like a game as much as possible. So when we get in those situations, we can come out on the right side. So that's what we did today, and I feel like we did a good job, and we just got to continue to get better.
Okay, we'll go back here to the front row on the right.
Coach, obviously you haven't had a chance, to look at the film of the game, but from what you saw, live, what are some of the things that you think your team needs to correct going forward?
Yeah, like I said, I think the penalties, that's a real uncharacteristic. I thought last year we were either leading the league or one of the leaders in penalty yards. We had some uncharacteristic things, happen that we got to clean up. I think there's one big punt return that was really tough. Ryan Davis was dynamic. But the great thing is when you win, you can correct things a little bit easier. But hey, I'm just, like I told our team in the locker room, I'm just proud of them. I wanted them to enjoy this. I came back, I guess their third time we've been here, and got the victory and beat a top 10 opponent. And I don't know if we've done that in a long time. So real proud of these guys and the rest of the guys.
All right, halfway down on the left side here.
Jarrett, talk about having to be a dual threat quarterback today, using your legs to get out of some tough situations.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be Cam Newton busted 80 down the sideline by any stretch of the imagination. But, I think, when my legs come into play is, when they do drop 8 or, I can get outside the pocket and then there's guys just running down field with their backs to me, I can pick up a first down. And, I think, I wouldn't want to say I'm a dual threat. But I definitely want to use my legs when needed. And, if that's, one time a game or if that's 20 times a game, I'll do whatever it takes to win.
All right, all the way back here in the back left corner.
Jarrett and Darrell, for Jarrett and Darrell, how good does it feel to finally get a win in this building after 3 tries?
Darrell, you want to start?
It feels great, man. Like we said, man, we came in here 2 times and we came up short, but the team just had a different vibe from the day we stepped foot on the field, got off the field yesterday. Everybody came in, we was focused. It was just different, and everybody had a goal, and we all came together and we achieved that. So we just came together and said we won't let that happen again, and that's what happened.
I think when you look at the last 2 times we came here, we just didn't execute, we just didn't win, and we don't care if it's here or if it's in in a parking lot. I mean, we just want to play football. We just want to find a way to win. And Darrell's right. And I was actually telling Coach Malzahn this during pregame. It just felt different this time for whatever reason. I think this team, the chemistry is unreal in my opinion. I mean, we're all so close. And I think at the end of the day, we just want to win for each other, and we want to win for these coaches.
All right, we'll go all the way back here in the back right corner again.
Jarrett, to follow up on that, how much more comfortable were you in this afternoon's game in comparison to this time last year?
Way more comfortable. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into this time last year, but when you go through the grind of the SEC and then SEC championship and New Year's Six game, you gain a lot of experience and you mature really, really fast. And so, fast forward to now, I feel like just myself as a person, I feel like I've grown a lot, especially as a leader. And, also as a quarterback and just trying to make the right play at the right time.
All right, sorry, we're going to go right here first, and then we'll go to you.
Coach and Jarrett, I know a question about the offensive line has already happened, but specifically at center, Caleb Kim, if you could, I remember there was a 4th down conversion play that went right underneath him that opened up that big hole. If you could both evaluate what you thought of Caleb Kim's performance.
Yeah, I was, of course, snapping the balls, the first priority, a guy making a new start, and I think the snaps were good, and like you said, that 4th down was right behind him.
I think he fought as hard as he possibly could. I mean, and especially when you go up against a guy like Derek Brown in practice every day, it's going to do nothing but help you. And so whenever you get into big situations like this, big games like this against, nose tackles that are as good as 99 was today, it's just like practice. And so I thought he played extremely well and looking forward to see how he progresses the rest of the year.
All right, Andy, go ahead.
Guys, your biggest plays at the end of the game were made by guys that go by Booby, Big Cat, and Smoke. If everybody gets a nickname, Can you win a national championship?
Yeah, you know, if they keep playing like that, we'll have some more nicknames, all right?
part of the chemistry.
I didn't even think about that.
All right, we've got time for just a couple more. We'll go right here and then right here.
Yeah, this one's for Gus. Okay, so the two-point conversion late in the game, you go to Chandler
Yeah.
and the Cox Cat to
Yeah.
throw the ball.
Yeah.
Kind of tell me, we're just shock and awe thing, trying to take them by surprise. What were you thinking there?
Yeah, we were thinking it was going to work. You know, it worked against our defense, you know, and our defense is pretty good, and it worked against our defense in practice. And so, yeah, we just kind of threw it at it. And, you know, I figured you'd like that first two-point conversion too, you know, that was failed. But we're going to be aggressive. I'll tell you right now, we're going to be aggressive this year, and that's just how it's going to go down.
All right, we'll take the last question right here. That was the same question.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that.
All right, we got
one.
time for one more quick one. Anybody else? Is that, okay, all the way back here in the back middle?
Gus, the past few seasons, we'll go back to the two Clemson games, starting off with a top 10 team and then dropping those two games and coming in today and beating a very good Washington team. Do you think this is the shot in the arm this team needs to get the season off from previous seasons being sluggish now to a good, better start?
Well, there's no doubt it can give us momentum when you beat a top 10 team, you know, and they're well deserving of that. So it definitely gives us momentum, you know, as far as before we get in the SEC play. But, you know, hey, it's just one game, but we're excited to get the victory.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, guys.